Hi there, friends. This is Sean Michael White. I'm just taking a little bit of a time out here just to give you a bit of an update on something that happened to me this morning, which is fascinating. Do you believe in signs? Because I do, and they often give me little breadcrumbs or little nudges that I'm on the right path, or that I'm sort of need to look at something else in my life, or something that's pressing that needs to be addressed. So intuition, whatever you want to call it, spiritual guidance, they often come in signs. So very interesting. This last week's obviously been a intense week for a lot of people, but for those who are kind of more aware or maybe more interested in sussing out what's happening on a geopolitical or a social level, there's been a lot of talk that there's high-level arrests and raids going on at the moment throughout the world on a mass scale, taking advantage of the coronavirus pandemic, which has put everyone in lockdown. So it's a great time to get arrests happening. Now, anyway, last couple of nights I've been feeling last couple of days I've been feeling really tight in the stomach and the chest, and I'm doing a lot what I can energetically to release that. But a lot of it is anxiety, because I very much feel like there are some very big things going on in the world at the moment, stuff which we're not privy to, stuff that's sort of ongoing underneath the scenes, almost in a military fashion. So this is all to do with the final breakdown of the hidden hands that have been controlling us, which you may or may not realize. You may be slowly realizing that the media's this great big circus that pretty much tells us what they want us to know, and oftentimes covers up things on behalf of politicians and governments and business. So anyway, putting all that to the side, what I want to just address here is a very specific sign that happened to me and almost to my family, I guess, in a way, this morning. So over at the beach, hi Brian, how you doing? I think I saw your best buddy driving to the beach as we were coming home, by the way. So anyway, we're at the beach this morning. Butterflies everywhere, like literally everywhere. On the road where we parked, on the beach, just streaming through. So obviously butterflies all week. Butterflies everywhere here in Queensland. So in southeast Queensland, lots of butterflies, lots of change, lots of courage with change. Anyway, we're in the surf, right? And very unusual to see anything in the surf other than fish or sand. You oftentimes, if you lose a hat, it's gone. You'll never see that hat again. It just gets dragged off with the tide. Anyway, there's a hat in the water. Okay, so after a little bit of boogie boarding and stuff, I know I'm in the sort of the shallows, and I noticed this hat's in the water. It took me a while to realize what it was, but anyway, I walked over to it. It's a hat. Okay, pick it up. It's a black hat, right? Okay, interesting in itself. The terminology black hat usually is reserved for dangerous and negative entities. So black hat, right? Black hat. Interesting. It's got a little patch on it, and I'm not a big fan or savvy with surf gear, but there's a fork, a pitchfork, a trident, whatever you want to call it. So Neptune's fork, or you follow the mythology of Neptune. It's not a great energy. Anyway, I took it as a pitchfork. Take it what you will. So there's this embroidered patch on it with a pitchfork. It's all black, and so I went, okay. Didn't think anything of it. So I noticed there are surfers and paddleboarders out past the breakers. So I thought, I'll be a good guy. I'll go and put it on the beach. So I walked up to the beach. I was going to put it on a fence post, but closer to me was a fairly large stick. So what I did was I jammed the stick into the sand, put the hat on the thing, and it stood up okay. I went, okay, that'll be sufficient. So I went back in the water. Just leave that part of the story for a minute. And then, actually, before that all happened, before we went into the water, my son didn't really want to go into the water. So what I did was I drew a little square in the sand right next to where the water was sort of, breaking, coming up to in the tide. And I said, mate, you can just play here. I don't know why I put him in a box, but I put him in a box. And anyway, so just fast forward, having a bit of fun, find the hat, put the hat back. All right, so I go back into the water, and then as we were leaving, I walked past this square, and someone's written which is surprisingly, because there's hardly anyone on the beach, but there are some people walking past. Someone's written, or something's written, Jesus is coming soon in the box, right? Goosebumps moment. And I thought, oh, that's funny. So I sort of crossed out is coming soon and wrote here. So Jesus is here. So essentially, you know, the spirit of Christ Jesus, or spirit of Buddha, Lord Buddha, you know, these entities have never left us. But yeah, the second coming is in essence here already, in the hearts and minds of good people, or people being good, or identifying with the Christos energy. Anyway, so there you have it. Black hat on a stake. I didn't mean to stake it, but basically, what do enemies, what do the victors of the battle put on spikes, on stakes? The heads of their enemy, right? Black hat on a stake at the beach. Lots of butterflies. Jesus is here. Make of that what you will. I'm pretty stoked. That's my sign for today, and I think it was something I needed to hear. You could think I'm just joining dots randomly here, but I don't know. To me, that's a pretty big sign. So enjoy your day. Black hats on a stake. Jesus is here. Victory. We are the butterflies. Be a butterfly today. And just know there's amazing things happening in the world. You will find out about it. Okay? You will find out about it. And this is going to be fantastic. Enjoy your day. See you next time. Cheers.